What's going on, you guys? It's me, Anarchy Ninja, and today I'm going to be using the Famas. I got a coyote sight, muzzle brake, and a folding grip, and I'm going to be using the 93R Delta RDS suppressor and a laser sight left over from the previous viewer setup. But today we're here to talk about the topic BF4. Wait, I said that wrong. Hardline. There you go. The problem with live commentaries, right there. Perfect example. But anyway, Hardline. Am I excited for it? Yeah, I am. I am excited for it. Do I have a lot of worries about the game? Yes. I mean, let's be honest. Battlefield 4 was not good. Hardline could follow suit. It could. Oh, there's a guy next to me. It could do the same thing. It could come out and be broke. Now, one of you guys asked me, do I think it will be, in a working sense, I'm not saying fun, but if it works better than Battlefield, do you think it will be better in that topic compared to Battlefield 4? Now, I hope, obviously, but my main thing is, what's the worst that could happen? Hardline could be released, and it could be broke. That's the worst it could happen. So what will we get? A game that's just like BF4. That's the worst. This guy's just chilling in the corner right here. But that would be the worst thing it could do. So it has a lot of upside, is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, this game has been broke for 8 months. BF4 still hasn't fixed anything. It appears they fixed something, and then it is broke again. And, you know, vice versa. Like, there's always an update that breaks the previous update. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the worst, they could do the same thing Battlefield 4 is doing. So, my biggest problem with it, and my only real problem with it, is that I would be paying another $60 for another broke Battlefield. That's my only worry. Now, do I think Hardline should be $60? Now, I know from a marketing standpoint, I know because it's not the same people buying it. I mean, I could see why they put it $60, but me, I don't want to pay that much. Understandably so, but who does? I don't want to pay $60 for any game. I mean, hey, I'll take them all for free. You know what I mean? But it's like, I do kind of wish it was a little cheaper. But I could understand, because, you know, everybody keeps calling it a DLC. It's a DLC of Battlefield. When, yeah, I could completely see where you're coming from. But you gotta think, it's not the same people making it. It is the same engine, though. That's one thing that has me worried. If they're using the same stuff, now this is where it's going to come down. It will be a good test to really know where Battlefield stands and where DICE and all that, Frostbite stands. If they're going to be using the same technology, basically, but different people making it. Now, it will be interesting to see how the game comes out. Let's say DICE, BF4, it's broke. It's just a broke piece of crap. Now, if Hardline comes out and it's working, maybe that doesn't mean that the technology they're using is broke. It means DICE is not doing something right. So it's the people's fault, not the technology they are using. But if it comes out broke and a whole different set of people's making it, it could be that, you know, maybe Frostbite's just not that good. There's the death I just don't understand. I just don't get how I shoot first with the Famas and you kill me. Those are the little things I'm talking about. If Hardline comes out and I'm not getting shot around corners, I'm not getting, you know, you shoot him first, you hit 3 bullets in him, and then he kills you. I mean, I'll have a lot of fun on that game. Now, it might have less guns, it might have less maps, it might not be the biggest and baddest, coolest game, you know, but if it works, it will be better than BF4. I will have more fun on that, and ultimately, that's what I want. I want to play a game that I enjoy playing. I don't want to be getting shot around corners, because if you take a game seriously, especially like if, let's say you're into competitive and that sort of stuff, and you're trying to play against all these good people, and you're getting shot around corners, and you're getting cheated. I mean, it just, I don't know, it really just turns you off to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just playing for fun, you know, putting Jeep stuff on Jeeps and that type of stuff, I mean, the game really is not that broke then. I mean, you could play it, you could have a whole bunch of fun, but if you're gonna take it seriously, it gets real old. You're in a scrim, you get shot around corners, you shoot him first, he kills you. I mean, that stuff adds up after a while, you know? And that's just one thing I hate. So if you care about stats, I'm not saying you should, I'm not saying I do, but I mean, if you do, getting shot around corners and getting cheated on deaths is bad. Now, no game will ever be perfect. Now, that doesn't just mean it's because they made the game wrong, but it's just, that's the way technology is. I mean, Call of Duty, you get cheated. Now, it could be the player's connection. It's a lot of factors. So, I mean, it's not just a game. We're going to get cheated no matter what game it is. Hardline could come out as best as it possibly could, and you would still get cheated occasionally. Whether that's because the guy's connection sucks that you're going against or something. It's always going to happen, and we just got to get used to it. I mean, it's going to happen. But I just hope, I just really don't understand. I know we all feel the same way. I just hope they release it and it works. That's all I want. I will pay $60 for that game if it works. Well, I'm going to buy it anyway, but I mean, how long I keep playing it is a different story. You know, if it comes out broke. But here's the other thing. You know, I see a lot of people. Now, this is not all Battlefield people. I'm not saying anyone in particular. But a lot of people hate BF4, right? They complain about it basically nonstop. But yet then Hardline's coming out. And they complain about that too. And like, oh, I'm going to just keep playing BF4, man. This game is better than Hardline. But it's like, hold up. I mean, at the worst Hardline can do is be just like BF4. At the worst it could do. So, I mean, and I really don't think it's going to be exactly like BF4. I mean, just by looking at the way the mechanics in the game are, the way you move, the way the gun, you could tell it's a little different. It might be similar, but it's not going to be identical. So my whole thing with, if it's not going to be identical, maybe that means they will fix something and it worked. And apparently, a guy just jumped down and raped me in the butthole. But I got revived, so it's all good. Excuse me, sirs. I don't want to be here. I'm kind of scared. But I am looking forward to it, though, you guys. I mean, come on now. We should be, but at the same time, there is very good reason to be worried about it. I'm really worried myself, too. I mean, if I get that game and I'm getting shot around corners, you ain't going to like the videos I posted the first day, because it's going to be explaining that. That I don't like it. But, I mean, really, I try to be careful what I say, because, I mean, you know, I am trying to get bigger on YouTube. I am trying to get bigger on Twitch. So talking bad about companies isn't the best of things. But, I mean, to be honest, you guys, BF4 failed pretty hard. I mean, when you think, now I know a lot of people are going to say this is a PC game, da-da-da-da-da. But even from their standpoint, they want to make money selling this, right? You make money by getting people to like your game. And I don't know what's up with this guy. He's flopping all over the freaking place. But, let's just put it this way. It came out for next gen. Now, this was one of the first games that was available for next gen. And that was the really, I don't know how to put it, you guys. I really don't feel there's been a true next gen game released yet. Now, whether that's like a Watch Dogs type game, whether that's BF4, whatever that, if it's Call of Duty, what, you know, all the games that were out at the release of the next gens. Now, Call of Duty, in my opinion, that game just does not have the power to compete as a next gen game. Now, it might get more sales, it might be very competitive. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the way the game works, the stuff that's in the game. I don't think it could really compete with Battlefield if Battlefield was working. And they had a perfect example, because a lot of people hate Ghost. Understandably so. I can see why people hate Ghost. But they had this was a huge opportunity for Battlefield to really put out a good game right at launch, right at next gen comes out, with the hype of next gen, a true next gen game here. You got 64 players. Now, doesn't mean you have to like 64 players or not, but that would be taking it to the next level. So they had a chance to release this game. It'd be working really good. And they could basically blow Call of Duty out of the water, basically. Now, I'm not saying BF4 would have beat Ghost in sales. They wouldn't. Call of Duty just has that dedicated fan base of 10-year-old kids that are going to keep buying the game, getting their older brother to buy it or their mom to buy it for them. And you wouldn't beat it, but it would be a step in the right direction. They might realize that this game's broke. BF4 was not. We should have spent our money a little wiser. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to switch over from Call of Duty to Battlefield, let's say. And they had a huge opportunity, and they didn't take it because they released a broken game. And it really turned a lot of people off to it. I know a lot of people who left from Battlefield to go to Ghost. And again, I'm not saying Ghost is a perfect game. I mean, every game has its own little bugs here and there, but they left from this game to go to Ghost. I mean, that's just sad. If I really feel Battlefield, if they had just released a game a lot better, I would really think you would be seeing a bigger jump in sales and be it the next Battlefield. And they didn't do it. Now, they could start apologizing for it, and really, that's where I don't really care about apologies, to be honest. You know, the CEO, well, this game failed when it came out. But I mean, you gotta predict that stuff, man. I mean, come on now. You can't just, apologies don't mean crap. You still haven't fixed the game. You know, apologize once you fix it, maybe. I mean, I don't give a crap about your apology. It's time to actually do something. Let's get this game working. You know what I mean? And it's just, they haven't done it. So, I mean, I feel like I've just been rambling on, and you know, and someone's going to come here and criticize the commentary, but I mean, first of all, it's a live commentary. I'm not sitting over gameplay just talking. I'm kind of playing at the same time. You know, I had somebody criticize me for that, which is kind of funny. I was like, oh, this guy's, he's a noob, basically. But it's just like, I am looking forward to it. I really do hope it works. I really do hope there's not 80,000 that grenade got me from that far, but okay. I hope there's not that many type of grenades. Completely honest, but I mean, I think the game modes look fun. I don't know how they're gonna like hold up to a competitive style of gaming. You know what I mean? Because I am gonna be playing for competitive for Hardline. I'm gonna do it. I don't really do it for BF4 because simply I just don't play the game a lot, to be completely honest. I mean, I don't know. It just didn't get my juices flowing like BF3 did. Hopefully Hardline will, but we gotta wait and see. And I really don't think the beta really is a big enough example. You know, I see a lot of people saying, oh, but Hardline's listening to the people. They're listening from the beta. You know, they're giving, when we give our feedback about it, they're like, oh, they're listening to us. And I saw a lot of people defending Hardline for that, but I go, now hold up, so did Battlefield 4. You know, like, oh, thanks for your feedback, we appreciate it, we'll let our people know. And the game still came out broke. So on that note, just because they appear to be listening, that does not mean the game is going to come out good. And I've seen a lot of people saying that, and that does not mean it's going to come out good. I hope it does come out good, but I mean, that's not a big enough sample. That's not a reason to say it's going to come out good. Alright, I probably did a really bad job of explaining this, but I mean, yeah, I hope you got the point. That's my dog barking in the background. He wants to be on TV. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, and let me know what other guns you guys want me to use. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and also, let me know what you think about Hardline. And, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go see what my dog is barking at. I think somebody might be robbing the house. I don't know.